Oh, hey, welcome back. Come on, let me show you the garden. So today is April 1st, 2025, and we have been hard at work. So we decided to make a video. We've got a million things we want to show you, but this is going to be the whole tour, the unabridged version of just trying to show you everything we have planted. So we'll just start, let's start here and just get a quick scan. We've got poppies coming up in these beds again. We have potatoes growing down there, more poppies. The kale's flowering right here in the foreground. We have some onions, nasturtiums, and zinnia flowers planted all through. Even more flats of zinnias up here ready to get planted. We're going to make our way down and show you we got poppies here planted thick. And down below you've got lettuce and more zinnias and nasturtiums planted. A whole nother bed, half a bed of lettuce and more zinnias. A whole bunch of potatoes in this bed. A whole bunch of kale in this bed, flowering now with some lettuce sprinkled around down below it and a zinnia. Then we've already planted our tomatoes. We've got 4 different varieties of tomatoes planted, and we're going to grow them in these beds this year. Let's see, I made a short about building this raised bed up high and how we're planting different plants up there, grapevines and a jasmine. Then we built a whole bed along here. We're going to come on down through here. Oh God, there's just so much. It's almost overwhelming to tell you about all of it. A Thai dwarf mulberry, and it's fruiting like crazy. Another mulberry, and an olive tree with all of these hardy, sun-loving, herbaceous perennials planted down below it. Then we've got, you might be able to see that flowering almond, and then a bunch of other herbs and flowers planted down here. We did a yellow stem dogwood up there. Several lantanas are planted back through there, and we probably added about 10 different bushes in that whole area. Then in all of our beds up here, and then we'll swoop down and come around like this. Let's go. We've got a bunch of peas coming up, and then a bunch of wild, there's a helicopter flying over, a bunch of wild weed popping up that's called purple dead nettle, but the bees and everything seem to love it. And in each bed we've planted flowers, garlic, onions, and another sun-loving herbaceous perennial like either a catmint, a salvia, or a bee balm, and sometimes several in each bed. And then that happens in every single bed all the way back, and I'll be quiet and let you go look at all the flowers on the back wall for a minute. We just plugged in a hydrangea right here that we had growing in the shade before, so it's going to pick up and start going. All of these tulips and daffodils, and then you see the different herbaceous perennials we got planted all through here. This is a bee balm, and we did another bee balm type. What is this one? A catmint, and then another lemon balm here. We put all these cherry trees down through here. Actual different name cherry trees, like a Stella cherry, and another one, and this one is a black tartan. What is this one here? This one is a Montmorency, and a couple others. Let's see. And we've got this little back side of the pond all planted up. And it's almost impossible to name all of these in one breath, all of the different herbs that we've planted through here. And I'll just be quiet and let you look as you go through. We'll do a shorter videos on these areas where I come through naming everything. You can see like some of these seedling rootstock apples. These are all M111 apple rootstock that we put on this back so we can come back and graft onto these later. They're all living. I think we got 2 dozen of those. Oh, really cool. That's a hummingbird moth. Look at that. See if you can see that hummingbird moth. Oh, that's super cool. I don't think we've seen one here. Wow, he's tearing that flower up. Cool. Cool. There's Bagel Cat. Look at him down here in the frog pond. This thing's holding water really good. It's almost empty now. You gonna drink it? Okay, so we went in here planting a bunch of different stuff. We'll talk about that later too. I just want to kind of show it all off in this video. And then I think we should walk all the way up through like that somehow and show off the greenhouses. Okay. So we've got this whole thing planted up with so many different edibles and beautiful things. Right here on the back side of this wall, I've got chestnuts and mulberries and stringing bushes planted. I've got stringing bushes planted all along here now. And since they're going to be building a neighborhood in that back clearing, we're going to keep putting layers and layers of stringing bushes along with blueberries and mulberries and some other edibles through there. And I've recently started digging out here I'm going to make a pond type. It's kind of a backup pond that catches the overflow of the water from the other higher up pond. And this pond will water all of these trees when it rains. We just have so many things blooming right now. There's dogwood trees blooming through all the woods, all the blueberry bushes, a ton of little ground herbs. And we still, little wild strawberry down on the ground right there, or it could be that false wild strawberry. We still have 2 weeks before our scheduled last frost date, and we've had the most wonderful spring. I mean, it's felt like summer out here for 2 weeks now. And we've been planting like crazy. Come look up here. This is the end of the fig row. There's like 125 that are planted all the way back to the other side of the bulldozer. The first round that we planted out here. And a bunch of them are coming back already. This much growth outside, still 2 weeks before the last frost date on this fig. Look at that. That one there is loading up with leaves. So they're speckled all the way through here in rows. If you're new to the channel and you haven't seen any of this before, we've been planting figs for now about 2 years. And getting the ground, we finally got the ground right how we wanted, because there were a lot of pine trees and piles of trash that we had to get cleaned up. Here, check it out on this side. So on this side, I don't know if you can tell, but there's about a 10-foot drop off right here, but along the edge of this, it's sort of like the edge of a swell we're standing on, a long sloping drainage type just guide. It goes all the way back to the bulldozer. But we got a mulberry, and then a chestnut planted, and then a fig planted. And I don't even see the fig right now, wherever the stem is, it's not there. And then another mulberry, then another chestnut, and then another fig, mulberry, chestnut. And they're leafing out and all starting to come back, and they go way on down. And then look down over the edge, we have a matching set of them going between here and my pickup truck. You'll see the mulberries leafing out there. The chestnuts and the figs in these rows haven't quite leafed out yet. But let's keep going. And we planted a bunch of pomegranate trees. Maybe 1 or 2 of them survived. Then a bunch of the plum trees that we had up here died for some reason. But then further past the bulldozer, we have dozens of plums and pear trees planted. The chestnuts we have planted back here on this back road that are like 7 feet tall, they're all leafing out. I don't know if you can see those. We have a couple of wild sassafras trees right in here blooming. Yeah, they're blooming. This is a Fuyu persimmon, and it's leafing out all the way around. We had several good persimmon off of that last year. So this is one of the plum trees that lived on this side. Let's keep going. And you'll see these are all like plums, peaches, pears, and more fig trees that go all through there. And then on the back side of that berm there is 60 more fig trees that are all starting to leaf out, but we'll try to keep it short and not walk you back there right now. And then this is the nursery area. And then come look inside of the two greenhouses and you'll see a lot of last year's work that we've done. So check it out. Starting even right here on the outside, these figs are starting to load up their early crop called a breva crop of figs, where the fig grows on the old wood from last year, where most of your main crop will grow on the new growth. Come in here and look at how much new growth has already been put on since, I don't know, maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. All the greens started growing back. I'll be quiet and let you scan through here. No, I won't. I'll keep talking. These are all named varieties of rare fig trees from all over the world. Different colors and flavors of figs. So, this is what we've been up to. Come look in the other greenhouse and I'll show you where we're starting even more varieties. So up here on the table are all these new cuttings. These are all, each one's a named variety of a rare fig. And these are all cuttings trying to root up here and get established. And down here we got mulberries trying to root and get established. And down here we've got willow trees, all different varieties of flowering, beautiful willow trees rooting. And keep going all the way to the back and you'll see trays and trays of flowers that were growing. And then we'll walk on out of here and conclude the video. Come on, get out of here. All right, thanks for taking the tour. The gate's that way. Have a great day.